Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome, glad to have you. You know, I thought we'd have some fun with this video today. For some reason, I was thinking about my first motorcycle and how I got into motorcycles, and I started thinking about that first bike, and I thought it might be fun to share our experiences with that first motorcycle and that motorcycle experience. So I thought I'd ask you all, put it down in the comments, what was your first bike and what was your first bike experience? And some of us, it changed our lives, and mine was kind of funny. Changed my life, but was still kind of funny. Stick around. Ooh. Had to move over here in the shade. Maybe too much shade. We'll see. Anyway, my first experience and my first motorcycle go together. When I was around 16, a couple of friends of mine and I put a band together, and we were called Graham and the Crackers, and me, Jeff, and Graham, which was very cool. Somehow we got jobs, and one of those jobs was actually performing for the Hells Angels in a big open field. Of course, we could do that because we were invited by my cousin, who was the president of that chapter, and he looked out for us, and we played for free because, hell, just to get in front of people of that age is something. And then we saw the motorcycles. We thought, you know, maybe we should get a motorcycle, start a motorcycle club. And back in those days, there was another motorcycle club which was quite a bit bigger, and they still dominate to this day up there. So one of us got a Honda 160. Wasn't me. I think it was my friend Jeff. And we decided to start a motorcycle club, even though only one of us had a motorcycle. So it was a Honda 160. We all got white t-shirts and magic markers and wrote the Super Tough 160s. And yeah, we were just trying to make fun of that predominantly large motorcycle club because we're stupid. And when you're 16 years old, you're pretty much 10 foot tall and bulletproof. But it caught on in high school, and everyone wanted to become part of it. We had cool names. I think I was Clutch. I think it was Tank. I think Graham was Tank. And I think Jeff was Chain. We all had motorcycle parts names. There was a Spokes. I don't remember if there was a seat or not. But we had those stupid t-shirts, and to this day I can still smell that magic marker. We took them off, and we all had magic marker, permanent magic marker all over us, and man, it took forever to get that off. But you know, it's part of what you do when you're 16 years old and ride a motorcycle. You just want to be cool and be in a gang. My next motorcycle was actually handed down to me from Jeff. He had a Honda Superhawk 305. It was actually a scrambler. And he handed it down to me because he got, and we were all jealous, a Yamaha XS 650. Man, we all fell in love with that motorcycle. But I still, you know, my 305, I could almost keep up with him. And Graham ended up with a BSA 441, and that thing would just wear you out. It's like riding a jackhammer, single piston, and that thing was loud, but I don't even know if he was able to have children after that. But the three of us rode, and there was a park that we all used to go to show off our bikes. And one day we were down there, and I think maybe my brother let me borrow his bag, or may have been another time. But another friend of ours, Mark, came down. He had bought a brand new Honda CB750, and they had just come out. No one had ever seen one before, and we all fell in love with that motorcycle. And to this day, I think because of that experience, I still want one. Just beautiful, and wow, it sounded great. And Jeff's XS 650 could keep up with it, because we all weren't riding really fast back then. And it was just, man, it was the time of our lives, being teenagers and getting those classic bikes. You know, a Honda Superhawk 305 is worth a fortune these days. If I would have kept it, I'd sell it for thousands of dollars. But that wasn't the end. There was times when my brother would go to work, and I would just take his electric ride, and that was something. I was still only about 17 maybe, and he would just ride me to work. He would go to work, I'd take his bagger, and I would just go, which was great because, you know, most big brothers wouldn't do that. He ended up being a really extraordinary bike builder, and I showed some pictures of his last shovel head. I may put a couple pictures on it again, but we all grew up in that motorcycle culture. It was really, really something. Jeff went on to make a career in the Marines, and I made a career in the music business. But we never lost our passion for motorcycles. And to this day, I still love to ride, and mostly because I remember all those days that we had as kids back then. So why don't you tell me what your first motorcycle was, what was your first experience, and how much you loved it or hated it, and if you ever did the magic marker on the white t-shirt thing. That was, I'll never forget that as long as I live. I still smell that magic marker. Anyway, put it down in the comments. Love to see it. Maybe we can get a little conversation going.